Hey guys, welcome back, and this video is actually a sub part of the previous lab, which was lab number 4. You can see in that lab we exploit server-side parameter pollution in a query string. So uh, if you remember, we actually guessed the parameter. Fine. So I just want to show you a little workaround and other way to do the same thing and to find out the parameters by using the ffuf tool, sorry. So let's go. I'm just going to enable the burp proxy on my browser and just try to access everything once again. So I'm not going long way, I'm just directly going to the point, because once we try to access that, there is a functionality for forget password, and here you can see we found one forget password JS file, which is JavaScript file, in which the method is written and other things also written, like encoding the special characters and all. So if you want to see that, I'm just going to copy the URL and open it in another browser, a tab. Okay, this was the file, pretty similar. I'm not going to describe and explain everything because I already did it in the previous lab. So if you do not watch that lab, go and watch it and back to this lab. Fine. So these two part are very important for this. Fine. So what we did is, if we say, let's say we want to change the password for Carlos user, and once we submit, you can see it's saying go to your email where we send the link to change the password. And here in this file, you can see we found one parameter, reset token. Fine. So I'm going back here and you can see this request which I send it to the repeater. Now if I go back to the repeater, you can see this is the CSRF token username. These two parameters are there and this is the endpoint. Fine. So what I actually did is we try to find out another parameter, and I did it, let's say fuzz equal to test, because we don't know what this parameter and its value. So let's just send this. So once we send that, you can see we find the same result, because we found in this particular function that it is going to URL encode all of these characters. So it's better to URL encode this, and I am going to do it by Control+U and send this again. So you can see the result is saying parameter is not supported. This parameter is not supported. So we need to find out that. And for this purpose, I'm going to fuzz this parameter. And how we will do that, let's see. I'm going to use ffuf tool space -w for the word list, and word list I'm going to use user share seklist. Inside seklist there is discovery, web content, and there is a file named as burp parameter name.txt. Then I'm going to tell it that the method of this HTTP request is post. So capital X for the method. So the method is post space U for the URL. So URL, I'm going to take this one. So copy URL back here, paste that. Then I need to define the header, because we saw in the previous lab that this CSRF token and this session ID is tie with each other. So if any of this are incorrect, so that's not going to give us the result. Space hyphen, actually instead of header I can say B is used for cookie. So the cookie value is this. So I'm just going to copy that back here, paste it here, and then because this is the post request, so we need to define the data, and the data is going to be this, right? So copy back here and paste it. Fine. Now we need to say match all the status code, whether it is 200, 404, 400, 302, 500, whatever. Next thing, I want to send this all the traffic generated by ffuf tool through the burp proxy. So I'm going to define my burp proxy IP with the port number 8080, and I'm gonna say number of threads, let's say 100. By default number of threads are 40, but we are going to use 100. So just hit enter. Back to the burp proxy. You can see all the traffic is going through. Here we also find it, but I'm going to cancel with Control C. You can see it is sending this request with this data, and here it is taking each and every word from the dictionary and putting it here. So form, then January, then header hex bytes, like this, and all of these response contain parameter not supported. So if one of these parameter within the list is correct, it is going to change the response. So I just want to see, because there are how many? There are, I think, 6,000 something words are there. So I don't want to see all of these 6,000 requests here. Fine. Also, each of these requests are going to have 400 status code, because even if we get the correct parameter here, the value is not correct. So what I am going to do, I'm going to filter all of these requests and just want to see the correct one. So how I will do this, I can filter this result. Either by status code, by the response size, by words, by line, because the status code is same in all the requests. So no benefit for that. I'm going to filter with the size, and how I will do this, you can see the size is 40. I'm going to say any response contain the size 40. I'm not going to see it. Okay, so clear it. Everything is same. Just back here, and let's say fs means filter size with 40, and hit enter. So back here you can see all the requests are going through, but we are not seeing these requests. We will see only the request that does not have the size response size 40. Okay, so you can see content length 40 here. So just wait a moment, anytime, because you can see 6,453 words are there, and you can see we find out the parameter field here. So let's go. Let it work. I'm going to the repeater, and instead of fuzz, I'm gonna say field, and we don't know this value, so let's put the parameter name field. Now you can see in the previous request we have parameter not supported, but now if we send it, you can see the response gets changed, and it contains the size 58. So you can see here it's 58, the content length is, and you can see the response is changed. Now it's saying invalid field, so this field value is invalid. So you can also see here there is one more valid parameter we found, which is username, what we already are using. So now we need to find out this value, and this value we actually get it in this file, JavaScript file. So because here the reset underscore token is mentioned as the parameter, and it is grabbing the value of reset token from the database, from the backend. So I'm just going to try this. Although if you want to test this one, you can also test it by just saying here, let's say instead of fuzz, now we already know the field, but this value we need to fuzz. So you can just fuzz this, okay, and hit enter. Also, once you do it, just make sure you are not filtering the content length, okay, because within this request maybe you find different content length. So once you check it, then you filter. Fine. So that's it. Now what we need to do here is, because we already have reset token, so we can say reset underscore token and send the request. And as you can see, we find the reset token of user Carlos. So similarly, because we need administrator reset token, so we change the username to administrator, send the request again. What I did, maybe I did something wrong. The user does not have a reset token. Why? Because why so? If I say here Carlos, it is giving us the token. If I say Wiener, invalid username. And if I say administrator, the user exists, but it is not giving us the reset token. Why? Because the reset token is not generated up to now. So to generate the administrator reset token, we first of all need to generate a request. I want to change the password. So now we need to first generate the request. Now the token is generated and saved in the table within the field of reset token. Now if we go and send it again, you can see this time we have the reset token. So copy that and come back here, just take this, copy URL, back here, paste that, is equal, not equal to question mark reset underscore token and equal to, paste it here, hit enter. Now it is asking us to change the password, so I just change the password, submit the request. Now back to the my account, and this time we are going to log in as the administrator user, and the password is this what we set. Now we go to admin panel and we delete the Carlos account. Okay, so we solved the lab. We already solved it, but I just wanted to show you this part. So this is important. I think this is important, and I think you must know this because you should know other ways to tackle things. Fine. So that's it for this lab, and I'm going to see you in the next and the last lab of this module. Bye.